Right, hello and welcome to this week's angling blog. You join me on a day off work on a Thursday and we're out in search of pike. October was a fantastic month, easily the best month, one of the best months piking I've ever had. 9 doubles and loads of other pike to boot. It was fantastic. November's come and I found getting out fishing, finding time really hard. Work's taking over and life takes over sometimes, doesn't it? So we're about 2 weeks into November now, and we're on the river in tough conditions. It's carrying quite a bit of colour. It's flowing, pulling through quite fast, and it's got about 1 foot to 2 foot visibility on it. I got here in the dark for 2 reasons. One, I wanted to have a quick look at it and see if any fish were topping, like you'll see in the next clip, and 2, if it was really bad, I had the choice to then go somewhere else, that was a bit better conditions. So yeah, in this next clip now, I'll take you back about an hour's time. Right, rewind back about an hour since that intro, and this is when I arrived on the bank just before light. Practically dark when I got here, but what I'm looking for is fish topping. Now the fish might only top the first hour of the day, but it's got a bit of flow on, which does worry me. But the fact that there's that many fish topping, I don't know whether it's going to pick it up on the camera, and then when I upload the video, as the quality reduces a bit. But all on this inside line here, there's fish topping like mad. And if I hadn't seen any, I'd have been a bit worried, but this whole inside line here is alive with silverfish. And obviously I'm going to paste one of my baits just down the edge there. So hopefully there's a pike on this big shoal here of fish. We can only but try, but getting here at first light gives you that little bit of confidence that there might be a pike about. So as you can see there was plenty of fish topping this morning, which give me the confidence to set up. With the silverfish in here, then hopefully Mr. Pike isn't too far behind. It's not a river that's got a mega flow, and I don't think it's a river that pike would struggle to sit in. But it's not going to be easy. I think one fish today will be doing really well. The baits are out. I've got a ledger rod with a whole herring on, and I've got a sardine under my feet. I'm just keeping an eye on it now because it's here bobbing away in the flow. And yeah, fingers crossed. They give a bit of bad weather this afternoon, a bit of rain moving in. So, you can but try. I'm going to try and keep the vlog as short as possible if it is a blank, but I'm going to put it up just to show, the good and the bad of piking. It's not all catching fish, but hope I'm wrong today. So yeah, sit back and let's have a look at how we do. Right, just hooked into the first pike of the day. Took me by surprise, and hopefully we get him in. And so he's not going to get many chances today, so I'm going to put the camera down, and hopefully the next shot will be me playing the pike. Hopefully. I was going to do an unhooking at the pike because I don't think we're going to get many chances today, and I got back to the pike in the margin, and she was already hooks have come out in the net. So yeah, there's the pike. She's 8.5 pound, more than what I could have hoped for today. It's not easy conditions today, and this one couldn't resist that sardine in the margin. And yeah, fantastic start today. Always good to get an early fish, and today it could be the only fish. Great to christen my new net. And I was playing it like 1 because I wanted to get the pike in, and 2 I was dying to get that first pike in that net. I'll go over the net and why I've bought it in a minute, but yeah, cracking start to the day. A lovely 8.5 pound pike, not quite double number 10, but not far off. And on days like today, it doesn't matter. Let's get this beautiful fish back. Right, so that fish is resting in the margin, and what I do sometimes is I give myself something else to do while it's resting. It gives it a bit of extra time to rest in that margin. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to change my my ledger, the bait on my ledger rig. I'll run over it, simple wire trace, 18 inches to 20 inches to a buffer bead, quick change bead, 2 buffer beads, and then a low resistance fox run ring. And what that does, it aids separation on the cast like that, so it doesn't tangle. It aids separation on the cast so you don't tangle. That lies on the bottom like that, and when the fish moves off with the bait, the pike feels no resistance because the lead stays on the bottom and the line moves through it, and you get an indication on your bite alarm. So yeah, while that fish is resting, that's one whole herring loaded with oil going out. Right, so as you've just seen, I just replaced the bait on the ledger rod, give the fish a good rest, and there she is, 8.5 pound, and yeah, and I'll leave her there till she's, you see she's kicking like that, plenty of room. I'll probably do a full review of this net on the channel at a later date, but my mate Gary picked it up. The main features I wanted with a net was it being deep, obviously to rest the fish in deep margins like on rivers and stuff, which it most certainly is. Plenty of room for the fish to swim round in. I say you don't always get double hookups, but when they do, I've had a few this year, and that fox net has served me well for the past 2 years, but it needed changing. Also my landing net pole, I wanted a solid landing net pole as well, and that's an extendable one. It's the Savage Gear XL landing net, and that pushes in for easy carry and it folds in half. So we'll see how it does. As I say, that's why I picked it up, and as I say, a few people commented saying I needed a new landing net, and they were right. So that's the first fish, resting in it, happy days. Right, she's well rested now. Time for this girl to go back. And getting her out of this net might be the problem. It's dead deep. And there he goes. Happy days. Happy days off work. And there's only one way to celebrate a pike, and that's to get the old brew on the go. Cheers. Sit back and hopefully see if we can get another one. Well, you sit in work all week, lovely conditions out the window, overcast and dry, and it's always them fishing days, isn't it, where Mr. Rain turns up. They only give it for the morning hopefully, and it'll clear up this afternoon. But yeah, under the brolly, I'm just hoping to hear them alarms go again. When they said a shower, I think they got it wrong. That looks like it's in for the day for me, and yeah, it's going to make it twice as hard today now getting a pike, because all them brooks that run into the river are all going to be putting chocolate coloured water into the river and make a hard job twice as hard. And I had planned on coming here at the weekend with our Baz, but one day like this could ruin that as well, with it being a Thursday. So yeah, not good. Right, just had the lightest of takes down the middle on my ledger rod, and I mean the lightest. It was one pull on the ledger rod, literally one beep, and I saw the line switch. So didn't even pull it out the clip, just one switch. And I'm going to lightly play her. This could be, she's a long fish, this could be double number, potentially double number 10. So I'm going to take my time, try and get her in. She's only lightly hooked. Let's see if we can get her in. Right, you'll have to excuse the gloomy conditions. Just had the poor. Right, you'll have to excuse the poor footage there. It's absolutely bucketing down, and it was the lightest to take. So the most important thing was getting the fish in and not a deeply hooked pike. Right, what I'm going to do, looks like a nice fish. So the fish is resting in the margin. What I'm going to do is quickly zero the scales. You can see on zero, can't lift the camera up, but they're on zero. All the gear ready, unhooking forceps. You pray you don't need them, but you always have to have them. The bolt cutters, and then them more for lures. But if you get an awkward one, they're really tight for flicking it out. But that is what I do most of my unhooking on. So the pike's in the margin. What I'm going to do now is go and get her, but the most important thing is everything's prepared. It's going to be a dark shot because you're under the brolly, keeping the camera dry, and I'm going to be the one that's getting wet with a pike in a minute. So let's get this pike out the margin. Right, so that's the pike on the mat. Right, and the first thing you're trying to find is where your hooks are, because you don't want to put your hand in where the hooks are. So unravel them a bit. I can see one hook's in the mat, in the jaw, and one's in the net, so I've got to be careful. Quickly put your hand, if you're going to flip, your hand underneath the gill and pull them out towards you, and I can see she's just inside the scissors there. And there she is, unhooked. Got a trace through her mouth. Don't be scared of the pike. The pike is only going to bite you if you put your hands in its mouth. You can work around its mouth quite easily. And there we go. As an initial look, she's a long fish. She's quite lean. She's got the potential to be a double. So what I do, place it on the soft mat like that, lift it up, and now you want to get everything out the way. That includes your rod, the landing net, and all that. Your hooking sling is there, and as you can see, I'm not rushing, but I'm working as, you know, methodically. Both rods are out behind me, so there's no chance of another run. You get her in the sling like that. Because it's a deep sling, there's no chance of her jumping out of it. And I don't want to retain her in the margin in it as quick as possible, because I'm getting wet as well. Let's hold it up. Oh yes, and she is 11.5 pounds, so yes, get in there. Double number 10. It just shows in all conditions it's absolutely persisting down, and there she is. What I'm going to do, 11.5 pound pike, get her in the margin now to rest, and then we'll set the camera up to take a couple of photos. But get in there, what a result. Let's get her in the margin to rest before we take a couple of pictures. And there we go, got me pictures in time for this lovely memorable pike to go back. Number 10 of the season, 10th double, and we've hit that target, haven't we? Fantastic. Let's get this lovely fish back. Thank you very much, girl, and you get back to enjoy your day, because you've just made mine. And second pike in the new net, and already you can see there, that's a double figure pike with more than enough room to move around and recuperate. As you can see, she can swim around in that all she wants. Water moving over gills. A fantastic bit of kit, really impressed with it today. You know, it's not you don't know how good a piece of kit is till you get some pike in it. It's had 2 in it today. and he's dealt with them fine. Just been resting that pike in the edge, and the other rod's gone under my feet on a sardine. Coming in. And this will be a test of the net if we get it in, because this feels like a nice fish as well. Lovely bend in the rod. Lovely stayed on. In she goes. Let's have a look at her, see what she looks like. Quickly unhook the pike. The sun's out, so again, work methodically. Potential of a double, and there's already one in the net, so we'll get a nice picture in a minute when they've rested of them both on the mat. There's her load. Open up the weight, all wetted down. Important to keep everything wetted down. Unhooking mat, waist sling. In she goes, as I say. Before she goes in, I know she's a double. You can tell by the size of her. Let's have a look. It's a fair game. I reckon she's going to be about 12, I reckon. Oh no. Just over 14. A lovely fish. So now she's unhooked and she's weighed. Let's get her back in the margin. Get her back in the margin to rest, and then we can do her pictures. But quick look at her before I put her back, and then I'll do the video in a minute. And that's a lovely pike, an absolute lovely pike. And there's a 10 in the net with it as well. So let's go and put her in the net to keep it company. And I guess that's the net passing the test. That's a 14 pound, 8 ounce I think, and a 10 pound pike, both happily resting in the net. And as I say, you're quite a bit off the water there. If you were a bit lower down on a canal, you'd have even more room. So yeah, it's ticking all the boxes, and a purchase I'm happy with, and they're both soaking. Give them a bit of time to rest, and then I'm going to get a picture of them both. Right, she's been rested in the margin a bit, and there she is. 14 pound, I think 8 ounces. And boy was it worth taking that day off work today. Double number 11, we've left the target behind and we're into new territory. What a start to November. Fantastic fish, and a cake all on her to boot. Let's get her rested fully in the margin. Get a couple of lovely photos of her. If you've never tried piking, you've got to give it a go. It's one of the best forms of piking, best forms of fishing you'll ever do. Frustrating at times, but times of utter and utter chaos. And as you'll see in this next clip with these two pike, moments to remember. And there is a quick shot of them both on the mat. Top one 14, bottom one over 10, double number 10 and double number 11 of the season. Fantastic. Pike fishing's all about. Quickly get these two back. Right, in again, and this little small jack just took the herring and zoomed off with it. Only a small little guy, barely hooked. We could possibly come off this little guy, we might lose him, but at least you've seen him through the blog. Let's see if we can get him in and have a look at him. I think the new net's big enough. I've just been speaking to somebody who reads the blog, and the the sardine under my feet went off. Oh my god, what a session. Right, there you can see that pike, and yeah, 3 pike in the net, and there's about 20 minutes worth of piking. To say they've come on the feed is an underestimate. It's been manic, it's been absolutely manic, and as you can see, red faced, but red faced because of pike action, we don't mind. Although I am regretting them extra layers this morning because it has gone quite warm. So yeah, pike about, what, maybe 8 pound, 8.5 pound maybe. Screamed off with that sardine. So yeah, let's get this guy in the net with the other 2 and then we'll let him go. Right, I don't know about the pike needing a rest. I certainly do. Let's let these guys back. Let's say, when you're resting them, one was resting, the rod went. That was resting in the margin, the other rod went. Put that in, unhooked it, went to let them both go, and the other rod went. So yeah, in about 20 minutes worth of piking, we've gone from 1 pike to 4. So, there we go. That's the first. The 11.5, and she's well rested. She's been in that net for about 20 minutes. So yeah, she was the first. 11.5 pound. Back she goes. And the second, the big girl, and she was 14, and she's tented up in my arms. She was 14.5, I think, just over. So she's more than ready to go back, because she's had about 10 minutes worth of rest, and back she goes. And then gate crashing the party right at the end, this little guy, and he's probably like all men, chasing the females, I would imagine. So let's get them rods, let's have a brew. Let's have a brew, let's have me have a rest, have a brew, get them rods back out. Fantastic stuff. And that is what fishing's all about, creating memories on the bank and having a good time catching a few fish. I'm covered in mud, I'm tired, but I've had a fantastic day, and it just shows. This morning I didn't think I'd get a bite, but come and give it a go. Come and give it a go, and sometimes you might be surprised. Right, it's been about an hour since we let them fish go, and I'll quickly run over the setup for those that are interested. It's £60 Drennan E-Socks braid. I've got a Fox float stop, a bead, and on this rod I've got a Fox Predator Slimline Large 18 gram. It goes down to an 18 gram egg sinker, quick change bead, swivel, and then an 18-inch trace, which I make myself. I'll put a link, as I always do on the video, to my making your own trace video. I carry this set up with me now, and our Baz coming fishing with me and having one of his rods set up has given me the opportunity to carry a third rod, which offers me, when it's flowing on here, this will hold the bait and present the bait better on the bottom, because it's got a lot more resistance and it holds in the flow better than a pencil float. The problem is when you get a take, this offers more resistance, and last time I come on here I had 2 drop runs and I think the fish felt the resistance of it. So early this morning I started off with this one because there was a flow on and that held it in the water, and when the flow's reduced and it stopped pushing through, I've put a pencil float on because it offers less resistance. So that is my simple float setup that's caught, I think it's 3 of the 4 fish today. Bait wise, the fish, 3 of the fish have come on a sardine, the humble sardine. Yeah, soft bait, not one for casting, that's why I don't use them on the ledger rig, but for close in work and that, by far fantastic bait. Buy them in bulk or get them from Morrison's supermarket, get tons of them. And then on the casting rod, the ledger rod, the good old faithful Herring. You can say this one's been battered, but still when it freezes it'll go back out next session. Tough as old boots, cast well and stay together on the cast. You wouldn't get a sardine out on the cast really, it'd fly off the hooks. So yeah, they're the 2 baits that I've been using today. And yeah, we're into that last hour. Yeah, it's about 2:30. So hopefully, well, does it really matter if we get another fish? It's already been one of them magical red letter days. So let's just sit back and enjoy not being in work. Right, so the session's coming to an end now. Got, you know, it's about 3:30. An early starting work tomorrow, so I'm just gonna, you know, give it another 10-15 minutes and pack away. Yeah, what a session. Hopefully this shows the benefit of trying to water in all conditions. This morning it didn't look promising, and look what, you know, making the effort to get out early, spotting that the fish were there, the silverfish, the pike won't be far behind, and worth giving it a go. And it builds a picture. You know, you can always go on a venue when the conditions are perfect and catch fish, but to build a true picture you have to go on it when it's a bit of colour in it, a bit of flow, and you get a better idea of when you next time you know you can come here and you've got a chance. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the session. It was a bit manic at times and I don't know what the video is going to look like at the end of it. Them 3 pike come so quickly, it was unbelievable. Thank you very much for watching. Tight lines in your own fishing, and if you enjoyed the video, please get, you know, like the video and share it. It would be fantastic, and I'll catch you all next time.